We all face a difficult reality in our lives. At some point, either you or your spouse will pass away. This event creates an emotional wave. In addition, those feelings can be complicated by financial issues. Today, we're going to talk about 5 things you need to consider when your spouse dies. Hello, welcome back to Wealth Wednesday, our bi-weekly show to help you make better decisions about money. If you'd like to catch up on past episodes, check out our YouTube channel. That's at Commonwealth Financial, or you can visit our website. That's cfswd.com. Hello, welcome back. Joined today by Nikki Ludy, a financial advisor in Woodsfield, Ohio. And Nikki, when emotions are overwhelming, decisions become difficult. And when you're dealing with money, the impact of those bad decisions can compound over time. Nikki, the first one on my list of these things has to do with cash flow, both on an ongoing basis or even a large one-time need. Tell us what a widow or widower needs to consider.
Well, I think the first thing is that your cash flow is likely going to change depending on what type of income stream you had from the deceased spouse. Likely, if Social Security benefits were attached to this, you'll only get the larger of the Social Security benefits for the spouse that was receiving the larger benefit, and one of the lower benefit will drop off. And then also pension payments can work the same way depending on how the spousal benefit of your pension was set up. Maybe either a percentage of the pension will continue, or if you set it up to receive the whole pension, then maybe that doesn't get adjusted. And then just understanding where spending goes after one spouse's death, whether it increases due to some expenses or maybe it decreases. There's likely going to be funeral expenses, possibly medical bills, things like that need to be dealt with. And if there was no life insurance, understanding how to handle that.
The second item on our list is looking at taxes. You're going to go from being able to file a joint return to a single return in the year following your spouse's death. The tax rates don't really change, but the income levels to get to those tax brackets will be. And you maybe find yourself in a higher tax bracket depending on your income sources and your spending levels. So one of the things you may need to do is adjust the tax withholding on your IRA distributions, perhaps those pension payments, or if you're having income taxes withheld from Social Security, you may want to do that. You may not have as many planning opportunities for things like IRA conversions to Roth IRAs either because of the tax bracket switches. The key thing to know is that your tax situation is going to be different. It may not be worse, but you need to plan for what's going to happen. Nikki, the third thing on our list, updating some key things.
Right. I think, one of the most important things is understanding if you lose a spouse, then who steps in to receive benefits now at your passing, whether you have children or if you don't, where that will go to. So updating your will or any trust documents if you have trust set up, or maybe trusts need to be set up now that, you're in a situation that you're not leaving it to your spouse. Also, either healthcare documents or power of attorney documents. Durable power of attorney, I would argue maybe is even more important than your will, because that document is executed while you're still living. And so if you don't have children, understanding who will take care of you if you become incapacitated, and understanding who will step into that role after your spouse passes. So those are some pretty important things.
Yeah. Item 4 on this list, health insurance. So depending on when you lose your spouse and how your insurance is structured, this may need a significant review. So first of all, let's say the survivor isn't 65 yet and is not able to go on Medicare. This is going to be a significant event. Acquiring health insurance can be challenging and very expensive if you're not quite eligible for Medicare at this point in time in your life. So you want to be aware of what that might look like. And second, let's say the spouse who died had some type of retiree health insurance. And I just dealt with this myself here not too long ago. Is that spouse able to continue that coverage? And in some cases, the answer to that is yes, but there may be situations where the answer to that is no. And if not, you're going to need to know how they're going to fill in the gaps that Medicare may not. So it may be a Medicare Advantage plan or Medicare supplement. And there are some key time frames that you need to be aware of when you're dealing with that. So it's something that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. But in all of those situations, that health insurance situation could have a significant impact on your cash flow and your situation as well. Nikki, we could probably add about 3 or 4 more things to this list, and maybe we'll cover a situation. But what is item 5?
Item 5 is just thinking about the long term and to the next generation. So whether that be that you have the assets to do some estate planning, where will your assets go? If it's now going to either your children or charities or someone else down the road, making sure that that's all in order. And then also if you have a major health event that health insurance does not cover, like long-term care expenses down the road, I think looking at all of those things, you may have money to retire, but if there's a major medical event, then what happens, and then who steps in, and how do you pay for those different sorts of resources long term? So looking at all of those kind of big picture items on what that will look like in the future.
Right. And the good thing is you don't have to wait until your spouse dies to begin the planning process. And we can help you get that going in a good place and help you plan for what is eventually going to happen. If you'd like to find out more about that, how you can reach out to someone like Nikki, myself, or anybody else on our team, check out our website at cfswv.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.